Hi everyone, welcome to My Max Academy. In this video, we will continue with the chapter Relations and Functions from your 12th standard CBSE Mathematics. In this, we will continue with example 20 in page number 14 of your textbook. Right? So what is given in example 20 is, the given is f and g are two functions and g of f, the composition of f and g, which is defined as g of f, is one-to-one function. G of f is one-to-one function. We have to check, or we have to see whether both f and g are both one-to-one. If g of f is one-to-one, we have to check whether both f and g are also one-to-one or not. So in the previous example, if f and g are both one-to-one, then we proved that g of f is one-to-one. In example 18 of your textbook, we proved that if f and g are one-to-one, then g of f is one-to-one. If f and g are one-to-one, g of f is one-to-one. Now in this question, it's a converse. If g of f is one-to-one, can we say f and g both are one-to-one or not? And so the answer is, or the solution or the answer is no. F and g both need not be one-to-one. It is no. F and g both need not be one-to-one. So to say something is no or not true, we have to support that with a counter example. We get that as a counter example. So we will give one example in such a way that g of f is one-to-one, but not both of them are one-to-one. If you give an example, then we can say that both f and g need not be one-to-one if g of f is one-to-one. Right? So we will give an example to support our answer that it is no. Our answer is no. Answer is no. F and g are both need not be one-to-one. F and g both need not be one-to-one. So further we will give an example. No, f and g both need not be one-to-one. Let's consider the below example. Let's consider the below example, which means we are going to define some function. So let's define a function f. We can define any function, right? Suppose I am defining a function f from 1, 2, 3, 4 from this set to another set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, such that I am defining f of x equal to x for every x. For every x in this set 1, 2, 3, 4. For every x belonging to this set 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So similarly, let's define another function g from the set 1, 2, 3. Obviously, it should be from this set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 to the set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, such that we will define g of x is equal to x for every x belonging to the set, if it is from 1, 2, 3, 4, for the first 4 elements 1, 2, 3, 4. For the first 4 elements, g of x is x, and for the remaining 2 elements f and 6, 5 and 6, we are defining like this: g of 5 equal to g of 6 equal to 5. Right? Now we will define another function g of f. Define another function g of f of x, that is from the set, obviously it is from the set this to this, this to this. So it is from the set 1, 2, 3, 4 to the set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. We are going to define that in such a way that we are going to define g of f of x equal to x for every x belonging to this set 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if you see these functions, so we have defined three functions: f function, g function and the composition of f and g function. Right? Now if you see this f function is clearly one-to-one, because f of x is equal to x. F of x is equal to x is a one-to-one function, because for every 1, f of 1 goes to 1, f of 2 goes to 2, f of 3 goes to 3, f of 4 goes to 4. Right? So the images of distinct elements of f of this set under f are distinct, right? So we'll say, let's consider the below example. So we'll say the function f is clearly 1 to 1, 1 to 1 because, or I can say either I can say 1 to 1 or like this 1 hyphen 1, or I can say 1 to 1, clearly 1 to 1 because the images of distinct elements of set 1, 2, 3, 4, which is this set, under F are distinct. The images of distinct elements of set this. So if you take the image of any of the elements, none of the elements will have the same image. Not two or more elements will have the same image, which means one will have one image, two will have a different image, 3 will have a different image, 4 will have a different image. So it is 1 to 1. Clearly 1 to 1 because of this reason. Now G is not 1 to 1. Function G is not 1 to 1. Why function G is not 1 to 1? Because these two elements have the same image. Because 5 elements 5, 6 in set 5, 6 in set this one 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 in this set. So elements 5, 6 have the same image. Elements 5, 6 have the same image as 5. 5 is the image which 5 also has the image as 5, 6 also has the image as 5. So two elements 5 and 6 are going to the same element 5. Therefore they are not 1 to 1. Right? So G is not 1 to 1. G is not 1 to 1 because elements 5 and 6 in this set have the same image 5. You can say same image 5. Same image 5. Right? So image of 5 is also 5, image of 6 is also 6. Therefore G is not 1 to 1, but G of F. So G of F is clearly 1 to 1. G of F is 1 to 1 because G of F is what? Equal to x for every x, which means 1 is mapped to 1. G of f of x is x, means 1 goes to 1, 2 goes to 2, 3 goes to 3, 4 goes to 4. Right? So clearly G of F is clearly 1 to 1 because we are trying the same reason, because the images of distinct element are because the images of distinct elements of set 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, this set under G of F, the function under G of F are distinct. So what we have proved here? We have proved that G of F is 1 to 1, but your F and G both are not 1 to 1. Here F is 1 to 1, but G is not 1 to 1. But G of F is 1 to 1. So we found a function where G of F is 1 to 1, but whereas F and G both are not 1 to 1. Only F is 1 to 1, but G is not 1 to 1, but G of F is 1 to 1. Right? So that is why we said no, F and G both need not be 1 to 1, because in this below example, F is 1 to 1, G is not 1 to 1, and G of F is 1 to 1. So therefore, this statement are F and G both 1 to 1 is no, they need not be both, need not be 1 to 1. Only one of them has to be 1 to 1, which is only F is 1 to 1. G need not be 1 to 1. But still we can have G of F as 1 to 1. Right? So all of you can pause the video and take the notes. I will go to the next problem, which is Example 21. I'll write here. Example 21. In that, what is given? Again, f and g are two functions. F comma g are two functions, and g of f is onto function. G of f is onto function. Now we need to check whether are f and g both onto. Are f and g both f and g functions, are they onto? Are both f and g onto? Right? So again the answer is no. Solution is, the answer is no. F and g, right? F and g both need not be onto. Both need not be onto. So we are going to give an example to show that. So we will give an example in such a way that not both of them are onto, but g of f is onto function, right? So let's consider the below example. Let's consider the below example. Right? So we'll have a function f of x. So f is a function. We'll define a function from the set 1, 2, 3, 4 to the set 1, 2, 3, 4 in such a way that we'll have f of 1 equal to 1, f of 2 equal to 2, and f of 3 equal to f of 4 equal to 3, which means 3 and 4. Both 3 and 4 go to the same element 3, and then we will have a function g defined from this set 1, 2, 3, 4 to another set 1, 2, 3, such a way that we will have g of 1 is equal to 1, g of 2 is equal to 2, and then we will define g of 3 is equal to g of 4, both are going to 3, right? G of 3 and g of 4 both are equal to 3. Now what will be our g of f? Right, so our g of f will be, if we try to define our function g of f of x, so let's define a function. I'll write it here. Now, so what is our g of f function? G of f function will be from, obviously, from this set to this set. So that is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 to 1, 2, 3, right? And what is our g of f of? G of f of, let's find for 1. 1 goes to where? 1 goes to 1. That will be equal to g of f of 1. That is equal to 1. G of 1, because f of 1 is 1. G of f of 1 is g of f of 1, and that is g of f of 1 is what? F of 1 is 1. So it is g of 1. What is g of 1? G of 1 is 1. So 1. So here also 1 goes to 1. Similarly, let's find for this element g of f of 2 is what? G of f of 2. That is equal to g of, what is f of 2? F of 2 is 2. So g of 2. Instead of f of 2, I am putting 2. So g of 2 is what? G of 2 is 2. So that is 2. Now g of f of 3. G of f of 3, that is equal to g of, what is f of 3? F of 3 is 3. So g of 3, and g of 3 goes to 3. That is also 3. Then g of f of 4 is equal to g of f of 4. That is equal to g of, what is f of 4? F of 4 is also 3. So this also becomes g of 3, and g of 3 is 3. So which means what? The four elements 1, 2, 3, 4 all are mapped to all the 1, 2, 3 elements. So which makes G of f as onto, because every element here has a pre-image here. If for every element here you have, so there are 4 elements, but all the 4 are mapped to all the 3 elements here, 1, 2 and 3. Therefore G of f is onto. So here we'll say, so in this we'll say clearly f, the function f is not onto, f is not onto, because why f is not onto? This here 1, 2, 3, 4, they go to 1, 2 goes to 2, 3 goes to 3, 4 also goes to 3, but this 4 does not have an element in this such that f of x is equal to 4. So no element here is mapped to 4. Therefore f is not onto. So clearly f is not onto because 4, for this element 4 belonging to 1, 2, 3, 4 codomain, there is a codomain set that does not exist, any x belonging to the set 1, 2, 3, 4, which is a domain set, such that f of x becomes 4. Clearly f is not onto because for 4 which is in this set, there is no x here, such that f of x should be equal to 4. Nothing will go to 4. See, it goes to 1, 2 and 3. No element here is going to 4. Therefore f is not onto. Right? And G is onto because 1, 2, 3, 4, these 3 elements are going, these 4 elements are going to all the 3 elements here. Right? So we will say here clearly G is onto because for every y belonging to the set 1, 2, 3 codomain, there exists x belonging to the set 1, 2, 3, 4, which is domain set, such that f of x is equal to y. For every element here, there is an element here. For 1, this 1 is going to 1. 2, this 2 goes to 2. For 3, you have 3 also going to 3, 4 also going to 3. So all the elements here are images. Right? There is no element here in such a way that there is no x here, such that G of that is equal to this element. There is no element like that. So all the elements are mapped. That's why G is onto. So again here G of f is also onto. Clearly G of f is also onto because the same reason, because for every y belonging to 1, 2, 3 set, for every, I'll write here, for every y belonging to the set 1, 2, 3, which is this set codomain, we do not even say codomain, it is understood that that is codomain. For every y there exists x belonging to 1, 2, 3, 4 domain set, right, such that G of f of x equal to y. G of f of x is equal to y. That's why G of f is onto. So what we have showed? We have showed G of f is onto. G is onto, but f is not onto. So f is not onto, G is onto, G of f is also onto. So which means when G of f is onto, it is not necessary that both f and G have to be onto here, because in this example G of f is an onto function, but both of them are not onto. G is onto, but f is not onto. F is not onto. Therefore, we can say that the given statement, this is not true. That's why we say no. No, f and g both need not be onto. Let's consider the below example. This example is supporting this statement wherein In the below example, we have defined f and g in such a way that f is not onto, but g is onto, and g of f is also onto. Right? So that's how we have said that this statement is not true, or f and g both onto function is not true. And to say that not true or it's false or no, this example will support our answer. Why we are saying no? When you say no, you just need to give one example and say no, for this particular example it's failing. So it is not true. So to prove something is not true, you have to give a counter example. We call that as a counter example. Something which is used to disprove something or contradict any statement. That example is called as counter example. So we will give a counter example and say that yeah, given statement is false or it's not true. But if you have to prove something is true, then we cannot give one example and say, see, it is satisfying for one example, so it is true. No. For if anything is true, then you have to write the proof. You have to write the complete generic proof. We can't take one example and say, yeah, I say it is satisfying for this, so it will satisfy for everything. Right? But if it is not satisfying for even one thing, then we can say that it is not true. Right? So all of you can pause the video and take the notes. Fine. I'll go to the next one, which is example 22. Let me erase this. And what is example 22? Example 22. So it is given in example 22, there is a function that is given. F is a function. F is a function. F is a function from the set 1, 2, 3 to the set ABC. Be 1 to 1 onto given by, right? F is 1 to 1 and onto function. F is a 1, this function is M1 and the definition is f of 1 is A, f of 2 equal to B, comma, f of 3 is equal to C, which means 1 is going to A, 2 goes to B, 3 goes to C. And that's how f is defined. Now the question is show that. So we have to show that, that is, this is given. To prove or to show, what we have to show? To show that there exists a function, we have to prove that there exists a function, G from the set, the reverse set, ABC to this set, A, B, C to the set 1, 2, 3, such that our G of f should be equal to Ix and f of g should be equal to Iy. F of g should be equal to Iy, where our x set is what? Our x set is 1, 2, 3 and our y set is ABC. Our x set is 1, 2, 3 and our y set is ABC. Now we should prove that this is a function, definition of the function is given, and if it is 1 to 1 and on to, we have to show that there exists a function g from this set to this set, such that if I do g of f, I should get Ix. Ix means what? It's an identity function. What is the meaning of Ix? So I'll write the solution here. See, I'll explain what is Ix. Ix means it's a function from the set x to set x, such that Ix of x equal to x. Ix of x is equal to this capital X is a set. This small x is an element of the set. So I of x will be equal to x for every x belonging to x. It's an identity function on set x. What is the meaning of Iy? Iy means it's a function from y to y, set y to set y. That's an Iy of y, or we can say x, equal to x for every x belonging to this set y. Right? So these x, capital X's denote the set. The small x denotes an element of the set. here we are taking the same element x. The variable is used is x where x belongs to y. So these are called as identity functions. So we should prove that g of f is a function from x to x. G of f is same as ix, which means g of f should be a function from x to x, and g of f of x should be equal to x. That's what we have to prove. And f of g should be equal to iy, which means we should prove that f of g of x should be equal to x. And it is from the set y to y. We have to see whether we can define a function g from this set to this set such that this condition is satisfied. Now let's try to define the set G. So let's define G. Let's define G from the set ABC to the set 1, 2, 3 as follows. That is easy. Defining is, we'll define the inverse of this, which means we'll take G of A. See, f of 1 is going to A. We'll say G of A will go to 1. Write the reverse of this. Equal to 1. Which means I am saying A will go to 1 and I am going to define G of B is equal to 2 and G of C is equal to 3. So A is going to 1, B is going to 2, C is going to 3. Like that, now we have defined a G. Now we have defined a function G. Now we should prove what is, we have to find what is G of F. So what is G of F? After defining the G, we are going to find G of F. We have to prove that G of F is equal to Ix. So G of F will be a function from which set to which set. First we have to write, when we talk about the function, two things. One is the function is from which set to which set. The second one is the definition of the function. Right? So G of F is from which set to, so it starts from the set F. F is starting from which set? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 is what? 1, 2, 3 is X. So your G of F is a function from X to G set, where G set is ending. What is the codomain of G set? So G set is to this set. Right? So what is this set? Again 1, 2, 3 is what? X. So it is X. So the domain of G of F, the first set that you are going to write, which is the domain of this, will be the domain of F. And this will be codomain of G. So this will be domain of F, this will be codomain of G. So domain of F is X, the starting. This is domain of F, this is codomain of F. So domain of F to codomain of G. And both are 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Which means both are X. So X to X. Now G of F is from X to X. Now what is G of F of X? We have to find this. What is G of F of X? G of F of X is G of, okay, let's try to find what is G of F of one element from the X. X has what? 1, 2, 3. So take first element from the X. G of F of 1. What is that? That is G of F of 1. So what is G of F of 1? G of, what is F of 1? F of 1 is A. That is G of A. So what is G of A? G of A we defined as 1 is equal to 1. So which means G of F of 1 is 1. Now similarly, what is G of F of 2? The second element from the set X. X is a 2 set. So that is, the element is 2. For the second element, G of F of 2. And what is F of 2? G of, what is F of 2? F of 2 is B. So G of B. So what is G of B? G of B is 2. So G of B is 2. So 2. So your G of F of 2 is 2. Which means 1 goes to 1, 2 goes to 2. The last element, G of F of 3. The last element in the set X. So for every element in this set, we should find, it should be mapped to an element here. So that is G of F of 3. That is equal to G of, what is F of 3? F of 3 is C, right? F of 3 is C. And what is G of C? G of C is 3. So what we have seen? We have seen G of F of 1 is 1, 2 goes to 3, 2, 3 goes to 3. Therefore, we can say our G of F of X is equal to X. Because if I put 1, it is X. If I put 2 here, I get 2. 3 goes to 3, which means an identity function. G of F of X equal to X means what? Identity function. Any function, if I say G of X is equal to X, then G is an identity function. If I say F of X is equal to X, then F is an identity function. So similarly, G of F of X is X means G of F of X is an identity function. And this function is from which X to X. It is from X to X and it's an identity function. Therefore, we can say G of F of X is same as Ix of X. It is same as this identity function. G of f of x same as I of x, ix of x. They say I, below we put the capital X, that denotes the set from which this identity function is defined. And identity functions are always defined from the same set to same set. X to x, y to y, a to a. So here it is from x to x. So which means our g of f is what? So this shows that our g of f is equal to ix. I'm just removing these two x. So if g of f of x is I of x, why it is I of x? Because I of x means x can be written as ix of x. So ix of x is also x. F of g of x is also x, means f of g of x is equal to ix of x. And therefore f of g, the function, sorry, g of f, g of f of x is also x. I of x is also x. G of f of x is also x, which means I of x is same as g of f of x. So which means g of f of x is same as I of x. So now the element can be removed and we will say, therefore the function g of f is equal to ix. So we have proved this part. Now we have to check this one. The g of f value. So for that, what do? We'll find for what is f of g. So f of g function is what? It is from which set to which set? It should be from the domain of the first set. First set is G. What is the domain of G? Domain of G is ABC. And what is ABC is called as Y set. So it is from set Y to the codomain of F. What is codomain of F? This is the codomain of F. And ABC is what? ABC is Y. So it is to Y. So f of G is from Y to Y. Let's find what is f of G of every element in Y. Y has what? Y has ABC. Right? We can write like this, or we can also call this as f of g is a function from a comma b comma c to a comma b comma c, because a comma b comma c is defined as set Y. Right? And then we can write like this or like this. So every element I have to take. So what is f of g of a? First is this element a. That is equal to f of g of a. That is equal to f of what is g of a? As per the definition that we defined is 1. So f of 1. And what is f of 1? F of 1 is a. So a. Similarly, f of g of b is equal to f of g of b. That is f of what is g of b? G of b is 2. So 2. That is equal to f of 2. F of 2 is what? B. So it is equal to b. Now f of g of c equal to f of g of c. That is equal to f of what is g of c? G of c goes to 3. So which means f of 3. And what is f of 3? F of 3 goes to c. So c. So what we have observed here? A goes to a, b goes to b, c goes to c. So it means what? So it means that our f of g of x, x will go to x. If a goes to a, b goes to b, c goes to c, means any element x will go to x. Right? This is true for every x belonging to the set Y. Don't put capital X here. X is an element from Y. So X is an element from X here. Right? X is an element from X, or any element we call it as X. Any element we call it as X. If you want, you can call this element a small y also. Doesn't matter. The variables, it doesn't matter. What variable you name for an element that you are choosing from the set, that doesn't matter. So we got f of g of x is x, and our iy of x is also x. So this is also x, this is also x, means what? These both are equal. So therefore f of g of x is same as iy of x, which means f of g is equal to iy. F of g is equal to iy, which means we have proved this. So what we have shown? So we have shown that for a given function, we are able to find a function g, and we are able to define in such a way that if I find g of f, I am getting an identity function. My g of f is also an identity function. F of g is also an identity function. F of g is also an identity function. So we have proved that g of f is ix and f of g is iy. Right? By defining a function like this. Then how did we define this? We just reversed this. We defined g of a as 1. And g has to be defined from ABC, not from g of 1. We will not find g of 1 because g is a function from ABC to 1 to 3. So for every element, we have to put this element. So g is operated on this element and it is mapped to 1. G is operated on b, it is g of b that goes to 2. G is operated on C, so G of C, which is 3. Fine. So every element in this set, we should have a mapping to the other set. Fine. So this completes the proof for example 22. Fine. So all of you can pause the video and take the notes. I will stop the video here. You can watch my next video for the continuation of this. Thank you for watching. See you all in the next video. Thank you.